Okay, you guys, I am just not a happy camper this morning. Why? Well, I've been dealing for a long time with somebody that just will not leave me alone. So I have to talk about that a little bit. If you know who I am or don't know who I am, I'm Suzanne Titmeyer. I used to write for a place called Pathos, a blog called No Longer Quivering, even though they didn't like us calling it a blog. Daily column. How about that? Hey, Nitwit, nice to see you. So I did this for a long time, for over 10 years, chasing the evangelical world, talking about the different things going wrong there. This is not even related to any of that. And don't harass the person I'm going to talk about, even if you figure out who it is. And you might. I got my sassy pants, my salty bracelet, my glasses with the rhinestones on them. I got to tell you guys a tale, an interesting one that I've been dealing with for, well over a year, I think. Last night, my husband was in bed with me and he says, love my grands. Hey, he didn't say love my grands. And no Java, man, it's not her. It's not without a box of Kleenex, even though it is without a box of Kleenex related. Okay. I'm just going to say that kind of related. That's one thing about without a box of Kleenex. She has brought some strange people out to play. She has brought it out to play. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't even get a chance to read it before he took it down, but that's okay. Okay, so last night we're in bed over there, and my husband says he's like this, and I'm like, "What's going on with you, dude?" And he said, "I can't get rid of the spider. I don't want to kill it, but it is determined to climb on me." And I kind of started laughing because some of the spiders here have no idea about personal space. I've had spiders that routinely hung around me. I like spiders. I've talked about that before here. I like spiders, but even me liking spiders has been a little bit not quite so perfect here. Sometimes it's like you gotta scoot yourself along, particularly when you find a tarantula on the rug. So last night he has this spider and he's knocking it around, trying to get it to leave him alone. And I kind of laughed because it reminded me of the time that I had a jumping spider that jumped all the way up to my face to take a look at me. And I was like, no. That was one of the times where I had to shoo the spider away. Well, I'm having a problem with somebody in the community who is KJ adjacent. I don't want to say names because I don't want this to spiral into crazy, which it usually does when anybody criticizes this person. But the only reason that I'm bringing this out is it's getting ridiculous. I got up this morning and this person had started following me again on one of my social media accounts, and I immediately hit block. This is somebody that a lot of people like, and I would say Aaron and Steve really support this person. Not me. This person they started with trauma dumping on me, which is always a bad idea. If you PM me out of the blue and I don't know you, I don't know your situation, and you try to trauma dump a bunch, guess what? I am not going to like it, and I'm not going to like you much. I will listen to you politely for a while, but after that, I'm going to block you because I just don't have the emotional energy for it. I get exhausted when I have to deal with people, and I don't have enough oxygen in my body, speaking of which, to deal with this sort of thing. It's gotten to the point where I thought about reactivating my counselor type credentials. Oh, I actually have a lot of oxygen this morning. Holy shit. And starting to charge for trauma dumping because it has just been so pervasive. And I get it. When you've been through the kind of, is it not sounds like Barfa? I don't know who. Oh, no. I'm not talking about her at all. Not at all. It's not her. Not her. So anyway, this is somebody that some people like. And that's fine. Like who you want to like. But I've seen this person take credit for artwork that was not ours, not hers. And I am one of these people where I've had enough problems with people stealing my writing, particularly without a box of Kleenex. I just got to say, I hate these South American Kleenex. It's like trying to sneeze on a pile of brown paper. It's rough. It's not like American Kleenex. It's not her. It's not Barfa. And this person trauma dumped and just kept trying to hit me up for long conversations that I just didn't have the energy for. So I kind of tiptoed away from that person. I wasn't going to say anything. They have stolen art. I know her. What is going on with her? She keeps following me and friending me over and over and over and over again. And I have her blocked. I have her blocked because I can't deal with her. I have enough other stuff going on, and I just don't have any patience for that. Also, Martin is one of my friends. Martin is another artist I have a lot of love for. And this person started fighting with Martin a couple of weeks ago, and I was not thrilled with all of that because I saw what was going on. This person was making claims about tracing people doing this and that and the other thing. And that is not true. Some of the stuff she was saying, I know for a fact is not true because I've done this for years through 419 Eater and many of the Nigerian scam baiter sites. I've done the romance baiters. You guys have seen this. So when I hear somebody making these claims, I'm just going to tiptoe the F away from them. So when she started fighting with Martin or Rev Ruin, I blocked her because I had just had it at that point. I've had watching her kiss other people's asses. I've had it with her claiming artwork is hers and not somebody else's. I've had some of her attacks on Without a Box of Kleenex, who I'm trying not to talk about. I rarely think about. Why do I rarely think about her these days? Because she's about to get what's coming to her in one way or another. Karma always works. Karma always pays people back. And it's been 3 years. I'm just kind of done with it. I can be mad for a couple of years, and then after that, it's kind of like, whatever. I have reached the whatever stage of Without a Box of Kleenex. So I'm just done with this person. So I get up this morning and I've noticed they just come back with a new profile. You know who does that? KJ. Without a Box of Kleenex does that every single time. Every time I would block her, she would come back with a new profile and hit me up again. And this was before I'd even had a real falling out with her. Just a few, I was just like, I was with this person. I was just like, no, I'm just done with you because I don't have the emotional energy to deal with you right now. So let's just be done with this. So when you start this stuff with me, I'm just kind of like, And I will keep my mouth shut for a certain amount of time, but eventually it's kind of like my husband trying to squash that spider last night. Eventually he'd fed up with it. And you just say, back off, enough, stop it, stop it, stop it. And that's the point I am at today. I am at the stop it point. I'm probably going to have asthma. It's probably what's going on with me. I find when I tend to be very angry with people, it's almost always low blood oxygen or asthma on the way. I may feel differently tomorrow, which is why I'm not beating this person up by yelling out their name, but I think we all know who this is in the community. She just appeared out of nowhere, another newbie, wanted to talk to me endlessly about her YouTube channel. I just blocked her because ain't nobody got time for that. At least I don't have time for that. I have real things to do in my lifetime here. I've got all sorts of stuff going on. One of the things going on is this continuous conniption of my husband's prostate levels. We got news yesterday. They're really bad again. They are as bad as they were 2 months ago. So guess what? We face another 5-hour drive to San Jose to have him get the finger up the butt again and various implements up his butt. I would normally laugh at this, a man getting anything up the ass that he didn't, want sexually, but I sort of kind of laughing over this and sort of kind of cringing because, as women, we go through so many invasive exams because of our anatomy. We just do. And it's just no fun. I don't like it. I don't know about you guys. And so I don't really want to laugh at him having to undergo that either. It's just a pain in the butt all the way around, literally. Hey, Tamara. So that's what's going on this morning. And I have been watching Emily D. Baker talking about the YouTuber a little bit, talking about a box of Kleenex, having to testify in the Clark Swanson, Tati Westbrook series of trials. And that has been very interesting. That's the only thing I'm really keeping up with without a box of Kleenex. I want to know what's going to happen with all of her legal situations. That's it. Because as Uncle Baby Billy, who I put on the front of this, says, there will be a payday. There's always a payday, and there's always karma. When you act bad, there's always karma. There's always a karmic realignment. Always. I don't care who you are and what you're doing, eventually catches up with you. And this is just a really hard time we're going through right now, even if my husband and I weren't having our bodies doing conniption fits. The shooting in Maine, I happen to believe in no assault rifles. The fact that this guy is still on the loose, that this is military. This guy is military. My husband's retired military. And it's just heartbreaking all the way around. Some of the victims, oh my goodness. The ongoing situation between Israel and Hamas is just heartbreaking. I don't like to see anybody on either side die. I would like to see peace in the Middle East, even though I know it's not likely. The situation has been ongoing for more than a year with Russia and Ukraine. Again, another thing I would like to see, the UN force some people to go to the table to talk and just end this thing. War is I don't understand why you would even go to that without making some kind of peace accord first, or making at least an attempt. But that's just me. That's just liberal, silly me that never wants to see anybody pull weapons out and harm anyone else. It is upsetting, love my grands. It's upsetting no matter how you feel about it. I watch Emily D. Baker and I feel bad. She has to avoid said YouTuber. Yeah, I do, and I don't feel bad about that. Part of me likes Emily, but as I've said before, part of me does not, because she tried to drag me into the middle of Tati Westbrook's lawsuit when she mentioned that if Michael Saltz was a half decent lawyer, he would subpoena me as a hostile witness. And that was the point where I reached out to Michael Saltz and said, you don't have to subpoena me as a hostile witness. I'll talk to you. But I do resent her saying that, because that was uncalled for, very uncalled for. And I do feel bad for her and her interactions with that YouTuber, because clearly she's not in the same stratosphere at all with that YouTuber. And she's surpassed her and been very successful with what she's doing. And I'm glad for Emily. I like Emily most of the time when she's not throwing me in the middle of a lawsuit. Who wants that? Nobody. So it's always a hard thing when you have people that you don't like, that are good friends of your friends, and you're trying not to say anything because you don't want to make it worse for them, and you don't want to make it worse for yourself. You have to care a whole lot more to fight with somebody over stuff. But there comes a point sometimes where you just have to say something, be it Emily D. Baker, without the box of Kleenex, or whomever. You just have to, because it becomes rant or explode sometimes. So what is going to happen with this? Somebody told me there were like 34 pages of depositions in the Tati Westbrook lawsuit with without a box of Kleenex testifying. I tried to listen to Emily D. Baker last night, but I was doing 10,000 things at the same time, like I always am. When I'm doing anything on here but doing a video, I'm usually doing a bunch of stuff. I'm usually folding clothes, doing art, doing different things. And I'm in the middle of making a switch over with my art. Instead of painting in oils, which I adore oil painting, it's my jam. I've had to give it up because of my asthma. It makes my asthma go haywire. I tried acrylics. They take a completely different technique than painting with oils. Number one. Number two, they make me wheeze. So now I've switched to watercolor pencils, that it seems to be my jam, because regular watercolors make me wheeze. So I've been having to switch it around and do a whole lot of like grunt work, where you start and you experiment and you figure out what's going on. You figure out what works for you, what doesn't. So I don't always have time to catch up with various people or answer lots and lots of PMs. I just don't. And I obviously missed something last night when I was watching her, and I don't have time today to rewatch. My husband just pulled up, and we've got to get with this doctor in San Jose. And yeah, I'm not looking forward to that drive. It's a good solid 5 hours from here to get to San Jose. And we have a bridge out, a major bridge, and well, not a major bridge, a little minor bridge on a major route to a major city. And we've got to route around that. It's a good hour. So to say I'm not thrilled is pretty much the understatement of the year. Do you know if the court docs are in Pacer on the Tate suit? Autistic, I think at least some of them must be, because Emily had them. She had them yesterday. And she was pulling up and reading some of them. It looks, from what I was listening last night, like Clark Swanson is being a giant turd. He's just being as difficult as possible, which is what I've threatened to do every time someone's threatened to call me in one of these without a box of Kleenex lawsuits. Like, if you call me, I will stand on the fifth every time. I won't answer your questions. So that's kind of the way it is. I'm not helping anybody in this thing. Even though I would like to see her pay for some of the things she's done. Her constant stealing of my content has slowed me even publishing my book, and it's scared off 2 publishers so far. So, if I get a third one scared off, I may have to file a tortious interference claim on my own. I thought about it, but it would cost more money than I'm willing to waste on that. It's just wondering, as I said, Pacer and want the docs. Everybody wants those docs, Autistic, and I think that you should get them and read them. Read them on a live stream. Like I said, I'm not doing it. I don't have time for that. And there goes Dave on his little motor scooter early. Okay, you guys, I love you. Thank you for listening to me rant this morning, because, like I said, I'm an old cranky lady these days and just have not enough time to do any of this crap. Okay, Magic 8 Ball. Am I going to get any less cranky today? I'm betting it says something like, no. Oh, I can't read my Magic 8 Balls. And it's, guess what? The paint is peeling off the pieces. Okay. Apparently the paint in these things is not meant to last any length of time. Reply, Hazy, try again. Well, shoot, that sounds like the story of my life. You may want to get some guitars, the settlement. Tell the man I can handle that. I haven't played the guitar in ages, and I would love to have a guitar again. Unfortunately, my son ran off with my guitars. And if I were to win guitars, he would get some of them too, because he plays the guitar a lot more often than I ever have. The ukulele is more my speed these days. So there you go. Have a great day. It's a Friday end of the week. For me, that's my big laundry day. So I'm going to be busy all day.